kick it away to start. He'll call for the fair catch here. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. On the move. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They've pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, you know, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. A run for the quarterback. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Trojans have this offense rolling. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
This is a design run. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences are that now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Offense getting set for first down. Give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. Complete downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He's going to pass. Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, when you're running a drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up the first down like they did right there.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. It's caught. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Trevino. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Trying to convert this second and short. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the Trojans get it past the sticks.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
Great job on defense. They did their film study. On third down, they're trying to dial up the screen, see if they can get these pass rushers way up the field, but no can do. They get a tackle for loss on the play, now setting up 4th.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. That last touchdown drive was was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The pull and throw off the RPO. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Got a man. At the 35, he's open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Off play action. Unloads to the right. He makes a grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
The Bears will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Fast motion from the offense. Snap it to the back. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bears!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
The 18 unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offense.
And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
You see these windows, they're getting smaller and smaller to throw into. Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a hand in there, knocking that ball away.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. He's going to run. Ball is loose. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
You're a complete idiot.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. And there's going to be a loss on that play. Just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Jacksonville State is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in CUSA, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
Trying to get to it. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Runs through the tackle. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On second down, looking again to throw. Dances away from the heat. Fires downfield. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
very many offensive plays that are going to be successful if you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback. That's not a good sign for this offensive line.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with this target.
The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the...
Lofts one deep down the right side. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's right on target. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Hands it off. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Nothing but green ahead. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Bears are flying down the field. He's looking to pass. Pulls it in. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
A little screen to the running back. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Throws for the tight end. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Bears will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He wants to pass it on second down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole, and you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Baylor! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a drive there of 85 yards, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Hard running there. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be... The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. A low line drive and short kick. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After the misfire, now on second down. The give to the back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
A third and long coming up here. They're trying to get to it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Shakes off the defender. Tackle is made after the 1st down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Perkins. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Here's the handoff. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. He wants to throw. Quarterback moving. He'll throw it. He finds his man, and he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Handoff from the shotgun. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Turns it on in midfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. On target.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick. and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Motion from the offense. They want to throw it. They're bringing heat.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UCLA dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. So let's see if they can make up for that loss on 2nd down from the 18. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense trying to get the screen pass to the running back and get him out into space to do some damage, but the defense not having it. No gain on that play.
Unloads it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, USC! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he added the extra point. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback, but how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
Setting up the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Set up for second and short after that completion. They go to the ground, and the Bears will move the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Quick strike complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on second and 2.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Gets open down the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this first down.
They'll try the run. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's second and 8. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the second down misfire, looking at a third and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just
touchdown Bears! And the pummeling has started. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no...
And that pass intercepted. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Baylor! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split them out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They think there's room to run to the right here. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. He'll take it himself. Crosses the 45. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Got a lot of running room. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Trojan.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Bears! And the punishment has been extended.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here for the offense. On the move. Quarterback gets enough. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And that's good enough for a first down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Baylor 48, USC 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback keeps it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Now on the move. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Williams looking for a man. Going for it all. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He'll try the left side. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Here comes the offense on second down. Smith wants to throw. This time it's complete. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Using his feet. They bring him down and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
It's good. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the fourth quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over.
Continues to fight for yards. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, Baylor! And the stomping has commenced. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. West Virginia looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Mountaineers. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a showing. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires on the move. Finds a man by himself. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a...
Throws toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
He'll pull it down and run. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
That is what I'm talking about. Every defensive players want those opportunities. Quarterbacks slide so much. When you can get a big hit on them, that's exactly what you want to do. Make him feel that now so it hurts later in the game.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
On the move. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Smith dropping the pass. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Wide receiver shows motion. They want to run this quarterback. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Getting some heat. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Discards a man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.